All right. Hello, everyone. Good evening. This is Delvin, and welcome to MSC Red Devils NCR. This is another episode of Delvin's Two Cents, where I'll be talking about certain things that are happening in and around the club, whether it is good for us in the long run or whether it is not. So, today's topic of discussion is a very delicate one. It is one that we've spoke about a lot in depth in our live streams as well, and this is the Mason Greenwood situation, which is currently being subject to an internal review. It has been more than a month since the legal procedures, the Crown Prosecution Service, have officially renounced Mason Greenwood of any wrongdoings, of any of the allegations or the accusations that had been put forward for him. And by all intents and purposes, he does remain a free man, and he's free to do whatever he wishes in the eyes of the law. However, what remains in the balance right now is his career as a footballer, and more importantly, his career with Manchester United. It is a very delicate situation. Already there are contrasting opinions between a huge section of the fan base as to what should be done with him or what should not be done with him. But there's officially news coming out that the first stage of the internal review, which the club had promised that it's going to undertake its own independent review and then come up with a decision whether Mason Greenwood will be fit to, finally be phased into United first team activities, that has begun with personal representatives of United reaching out to Mason Greenwood. So that is officially the first step of this review. What happens from here needs to be seen. United seem to keep all their options open, right from slowly phasing him into the first team and entirely parting ways with him also. None of the options are off the table. Each and every option will be taken into consideration. Uh, this review has already beginning to take shape slowly. Initially, there were a lot of reports talking and pertaining to the fact that a large section of the Manchester United women's team are virtually horrified with the idea of Mason Greenwood making a return back to the club, whereas some of the staff and the players of the women's team are much more circumspect in that regard. They will go ahead and have a look at what the findings of this review are, and only then they will go ahead and seem to come with a decision. So that is the stand of the women's team. However, there are a lot of factors that are into play. As far as we know, the initial committee does have Richard Arnold at the head of it, though he's not directly overseeing all these meetings, or he's been kept in the loop as to what is happening and what exactly are the latest steps of this review. But he's not exactly the one who's being subjected to on the matter when it comes to it. This also includes the legal team of Manchester United, who will be there for legal counsel and for whatever there is. It is remained to be it is interesting to see that the legal team has been a very strong source of counsel and a strong source of guidance for Mason Greenwood as far as his total scrutiny throughout this period has as concerned. Ever since the allegations first came out and when he was subject to arrest or whatnot, the United legal team have been very swift in aiding his immediate entourage, that is his family, his close friends, as to how to exactly carry themselves and how exactly to behave. It was also reported that when there was a small period of time where it came to light that Greenwood had been in Greenwood had been breaking his agreement of the bail or whatever, his family was immediately addressed by the legal team so that they know what exactly has to be spoken to or what has to be spoken about when the media inevitably comes to their doorstep and asks them about what exactly has been going on. So, as far as Manchester United's relationship with Greenwood is concerned, there are a lot of steps that can be taken place into. The first step is basically taking him into exposing him into a television interview, where he will be definitely thrown that big challenge of these questions that will be inevitably asked of him about his personal life and how exactly what were the chain or what was the secret sequence of events that led to him being arrested or him being under the legal duress for so long, and what exactly led to him getting into this tangle. Another way is to basically showcase him as a young man who has made mistakes in the past, but has now slowly and steadily begun walking the way of redemption, not only as a football player but also as an individual, to go ahead and see that the changes that he's made has to be visible to the people. However, as per club sources or the sources that have uh, spoken to the athletic under the condition of anonymity, this method will only be utilized if the review finds all of its investigation to be the absolute truth, and that Greenwood indeed is innocent, which to many of the fan base does not seem like the truth. So this course of action is only on an exclusive basis, will be used only if certain conditions are fulfilled throughout the course of this investigation, which will be ended by the club. There has been no statement from Greenwood ever since the statements expressing his relief as to the incidents that have finally been put behind him, and that he's more than willing to start his life on a fresh scale or a fresh note. One of the biggest one, apparently it seems that Greenwood has already started his way to reconciliation by sending a message to certain a few first team players, a couple of academy players, so on and so forth, uh, making them aware that he's no longer same, and he's going and becoming much more responsible and much more better as a human being. Uh, and also, if rumors are to be believed, the woman who he was with they are apparently seeing each other again. And if certain newspapers are to be believed, the woman is pregnant and they both are expected to start a family together. Uh, if nothing, this only goes on to show ahead that he's finally starting to understand the responsibilities involved as a human being, as a prospective spouse, as a current boyfriend, or whatever that is. It seems that he's finally understanding the pathway to becoming much more responsible and a much more uh, emotionally and spiritually mature human being. So there is a lot of things to be taken into consideration. Many people's opinions and many people's advices will be taken into consideration during the scale of this entire review. It is revealed that Ten Hag will also have a say. Ten Hag so far has refused to speak about Mason Greenwood and has so far focused his attention with the current crop of players that he has and the current situation of the players and the club, because the club is competing in three different trophies, and I don't think Ten Hag will have any time to speak on this matter, or even have the knowledge on the review so as to give a proper answer to the media and the other stakeholders involved in this process. Another person whose outlay will be considered in making a final decision is the football director, that is John Motter, uh, who also has been taken up a keen interest in identifying what has been going throughout the course of this review. Uh, I think a lot of I think the official fan supporters group will also be taken opinions will be taken into consideration. So the first team players as well as the academy players, it's going to be a no-brainer that the women's team will also be asked for their output on the subject. But at the end, the final decision, the final signature, or the final green signal, what has to be taken out to finally address Greenwood's future is with Manchester United or no, will only have to be taken at the very top. That is, whoever will be the owners come the turn of the summer, whether it is the Glazers or whether it is the new owners in the Qataris or in the form of Sir Jim Ratcliffe, or whoever that has been there to put ahead a bid with the club. As far as my opinion is concerned, let the review take its place. But as we've spoken, while I am not exactly in favor of Greenwood being part of the club in any form of capacity, uh, I think it will be only a matter of time before we do see Mason Greenwood back in Manchester United colours, because of everything that has happened aside, the fact still remains that he is one of the most talented players that the Manchester United academy has produced, and on the field, Mason Greenwood has the entire entire package or all the qualities that are required to be a top player. And if past instances of footballers doing wrong and coming back into the team are concerned, then Mason Greenwood is surely not the first and is definitely not going to be the last. So it remains to be seen what happens. I personally would not want to have him in our side in any capacity whatsoever. But then at the end, the club is the one who will finally take the decision on that matter. And for now, it does seem that we could be in for Mason Greenwood being a part of this. Although a lot of clubs have expressed an interest in taking Mason Greenwood on loan as of yet, so that he's able to get up to speed more as far as match fitness as well as his physical fitness is concerned. So whether or not United look to entertain those loan offers also remains to be seen. Only for the benefit of the player retaining full match fitness and retaining his full physical fitness as well. That is another outlay that United could go ahead and see. But the fact of the matter still remains that this issue still is in the early stages of its review, and it will be very interesting to go ahead and see how this entire procedure pans out and what the final verdict will be. Uh, for more such videos, do join us, do like and subscribe this channel, and go ahead and show us some love. Do click on the bell icon so that you're notified for every video that we upload. We're very close to 1700, and our main aim is this month. By the end of this month, we want to reach 2000 subscribers. So go ahead and show us love. Do share this video to as many United fans you can. Do like and subscribe our channel. We are also active on Instagram and on Twitter, so go ahead and do give us a follow there. And also, every day is match day on our official WhatsApp group. We would love to have you part of our ever-growing family in WhatsApp, so do go ahead and join us there. Till then, this is Delvin bidding you goodbye. Thank you for joining in on another episode of Delvin's 2 Cents. I'll be back with another episode and another topic. So till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you on the other side. Thank you.